Hello and welcome to another Modern Commerce Talks from Avensia. I'm your host Jack Stratton from Insider Trends and delighted to be joined again by Tobias Ekholm. Hey Tobias.
Hello.
And Tobias is project manager for Lyko, and André Ihlar, who is head of online sales at Lyko. Hi André.
Hi.
Thanks again for taking the time, and thanks for everyone for tuning in. We talked a bit about partnership culture between the two businesses last time. And on a kind of similar-ish vein, today we want to talk a bit more about what it takes to be an agile ecom team in this scenario. So obviously that's comprising, these two different companies. So Tobias, let's start with you. From your point of view, what does it take to build a really agile and pragmatic ecom team?
Yeah, I would say a lot of people or organizations are working agile today because they use methods used within agile development. But I would say the most important thing is to actually live by the values, and Lyko really does that, even though they don't think about it. But you could read the Agile Manifesto and tick off all those boxes from for Lyko. I would say, more specifically, it's about not doing detailed long-term planning. We have sessions now and then that we draw up the bigger picture. What are Lyko aiming for? What are their vision? And reiterate that so everybody knows why we're doing the things we're doing. And then we iteratively break down the things we are about to develop. And also Lyko comes with a challenge or an opportunity, and then lets the team have the autonomy to actually decide upon the best solution by themselves.
And André, from your point of view, I guess, which is obviously more the kind of the business point of view, what comprises that kind of agile ecom team?
Yeah, I mean, we have always tried to be very pragmatic around the process of it. I absolutely agree on the importance of having continuous releases and not building sprints that are too big. But we have been, like I said, very pragmatic around these issues and of how we handle the backlog and plan the sprints and so on. So we have prioritized getting things out there, getting stuff done and making deployments and evaluating and changing things down the road. But I think that one of the key factors for success in this is the feeling of ownership through all layers, that the whole team and all members, both on my end and amongst the developers and project managers, that they know that they are expected to have full ownership of everything they touch. So if they are working on an issue, they are expected to think of all things and try to make the absolute best out of it, and rather than just focusing on getting this one issue out or so on. So it's really good to have these user stories and the whole process around the agile working, but I think the way people work with it is probably more important, and so that's where the culture comes in, I think, and where we give that, show them also that we have great trust in them. So
this idea of agile working in ecom, obviously it's been around for a while. It's a bit of a buzzword, but it obviously has gained a lot of momentum more recently. It wasn't like everyone was talking about agile ecom over the last decade. So, and of course, your partnership's been going on for a while. I'm not sure how long Avensia and Lyko have been working together, but it's certainly been quite a few years. And so the other maybe final question I'm interested in from both of you is, how has it changed from your point of view in terms of becoming more agile? Has it always been like that from the beginning, or actually if you had to really work at that, maybe there's been some people on the development teams who were used to working in a different way historically? So I'm just interested in that. Has it changed? Has it improved? How have you managed that change?
I think we have worked agile all along the way, but how we have worked with it has changed over the years, and we're continually evaluating different ways of working with it and how to get through it. But like Tobias says, the core principles are always there. not make too big deployments and not be too detailed in long term. And what I think is probably most challenging on our end is to focus really on the outcome, the effect that I want when I plan a user story, and to ask for the actual last effect that I want, and then leave a lot up to the developers and the project managers and architects. And I think that we have a good team there where there's really a great interchange between us, where they can challenge us and say, maybe we could do it like this, or do you really want to do it like this, or and break things down when they are needed. So yeah, I really think it's a great way of working, but you have to be a bit pragmatic around the processes and the concepts.
Yeah, there is such thing as being too agile, maybe.
No, but it has to also this has to be built on trust, because if you don't have trust between us and Lyko, this would never work. And also having this good approach to when are a thing too complex that we actually need to take separate sessions to break those down and details those stories. And some of them are just everybody knows what they're about. We don't need to discuss them, and that goes in line with also regards to estimation. I think Lyko uses estimates how they actually should be used. And we just give a ballpark figure, how complex do we think this is, and then Lyko can use that for prioritization instead of following up on the estimations after they're done. Oh, this took 3 hours, you said 2, why did it take 3 hours? That's not interesting, because we're developing new things. We don't know, and no one knows exactly how much time it will take. You only know how much time it will take if you do the same thing all over again. That doesn't happen with Lyko, because they always want to do new things all the time.
That's good, and it keeps you on your toes, Tobias. And you and the guys at Avensia. Fantastic. Thanks so much, both. I think you did an excellent job of using so we used Agile, that buzzword, but I don't think there were any other buzzwords present in this episode. So that's a good effort. But thanks very much for your time again. And I'm sure I'll be speaking to you again soon about something else. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back with another Modern Commerce talk soon. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.